Okay, so just a warning, I've been a little sick, so my voice might be a little different. But allow me to read you through what I've wrote for Scout Chapter 14. Interesting news. Angela, the past few weeks, have been talking about she's going to make her big move on Ponyboy. When she'd sit with us, she'd flirt with Ponyboy here and there. Ben and I would look at each other awkwardly when she does, as Ponyboy hardly acknowledges it. I'm not sure if he knew she was trying to, but he just wasn't responding to it, and I could tell Angela was getting a little frustrated. She always insists she gets her way, but this time she isn't. She finally attempted to ask out Ponyboy, and he said no. To tell you the truth, I'm glad she was put in her place. She does not, she's not the greasy princess she thinks she is. Since Pony turned her down, she has been hanging around, she hasn't been hanging around anymore, sorry. Which in some ways is kind of nice. She was such an interruption to what we had going on. Especially during lunchtime, we haven't returned to reading Three Musketeers like before. We kind of just talk. I enjoy both, so I don't know where I stand on speedily bringing it back. I wish I could say Curly has completely disappeared, although his presence has decreased. Ben told me that he prefers how things are now. I told him that I also prefer the way things are now. Angela just doesn't understand him. They live on different planets. He's thoughtful, smart, and ambitious. Angela is just a no-good thug. Now don't get me wrong, I've enjoyed her allyship, if you will, but she has no redeeming qualities. Two-Bit laughingly broke the news that Ponyboy denied her advance. Two-Bit said that she's probably gonna tattle on her brothers, to her brothers, but they're not gonna do anything to Curtis. That's a relief, I said. I asked Ponyboy about it. I was so curious. Apparently, she told him, I think you and me need to go out. And when I mean you and me, I meant just you and me. Ponyboy told her straight, I don't think I'm into it like you are. And she said, you will be. And he said, sorry. And he walked away. Boy, that must have been so awkward. I wish I saw it, but at the same time, it sounds so ugly. I asked Ponyboy half-jokingly, why didn't you go for her? He said, I don't really know her. Sure, I know her, but I don't really. Like, I don't even know what her favorite color is. Such a wise answer. I'm not sure how many teenage boys would respond that way. Ponyboy knows my favorite color. I wonder if she's gonna try to go back to Brian. If he has any sense at all, he will say no. Anyway, talk to you later. I have just had our first creative writing club meeting. We were given a starting theme as an exercise. The theme is your character finally reached the golden apple. We each have to write a short story around that. Ben, Ponyboy, and I have all joined and plan on being consistent. Two-Bit actually showed up. I wasn't expecting that. He's only here because he has a crush on the teacher. Speaking of crushes, I think Ponyboy might have a crush. Sherry Valance. She showed up for the club. Ponyboy has told me about her, as I've previously written already. During school, they don't talk very much, but they talked a whole lot during writing club. I suspect he likes her, because he smiles more when he talks to her. I don't know, maybe I'm buying into it too much. If he thinks he's gonna score her, his head is too up in the clouds. Does he know her? Like what he said about not knowing Angela. I mean, she's a soch. They can't even talk properly together during normal hours of the day. Maybe her parents would deny her going around with someone who someone from our side of town. I don't suppose it would work. I didn't talk to her at all, although Ponyboy introduced me. I liked that he introduced me as Scout because we were greasers. I like that he introduced me as Scout because we greasers have nicknames, so he knows I'm closely affiliated, something more than just friends. I mean, like, we are a part of the same tribe. I'm in his gang. I suppose I am anyway. They don't hand out member IDs or anything. I don't think Sherry would be caught dead at Buck's. It's a greaser hotspot. I've been hanging out there a lot. As long as Derry is there as our supervisor. I like to hang out with Pig. She's a good girl. I make sure I give her a little something if I get something. Buck is like a fun uncle to the gang. I guess he knew Dallas Winston was a pal of theirs. At first I didn't like having the given assignment because I wanted my writing to be purely original. But I guess we will get to that later. I suppose this could be fun. There's a dance coming up. I've never really gone to a dance. The closest thing was activity day during Halloween. They had a dancing portion in the gym. But I was more into the games and socializing. Ponyboy asked if we were gonna go. I said I don't think so. I'm not really into dancing. Ben said he loves to dance in his living room with the radio on or to a record player. His whole family likes to dance. I'm not sure how comfortable I feel dancing publicly though. I wonder if he's any good. Ponyboy then said, well, there's free food. I'm not sure if Ponyboy realized that the entrance fee probably goes towards the food. I don't wear dresses, I said. Ponyboy said, you can show up however you like. I guess he's right, but it's kind of not so great. Even Angela would show up in a dress. I'm not really into asking my mom for money to go. I'm not scared to ask like I was my dad. It's just with my dad in prison, we don't have his income. Someone at the church got my mom a job at the post office. I asked my mom if her job is enough. She told me we will see, but that's not good enough. That's not a good enough answer for me. That's why I That's why I told my mom maybe I could get a job. Buck denied me when I asked. I thought he would. That's okay. I talked to Soda if there's something I could. I talked to Soda if there's something I could do at DX. Steve said he could take me under his wing, but that didn't work out either. I'm gonna try my luck at the library next. I feel like I would enjoy working there more. Plus, it's quiet. I like quiet. The thing is, I'm only 14. I turn 15 next month. I recently asked my mom, is it worth going to a dance if I don't wear a dress or don't dance? My mom told me I should go. She said, I won't be in high school forever. You know what else? She told me she'd make me a dress. She said she used to make my clothes when I was very little. I told her I'd think about it. I just got home. I visited the library and asked for a job. I was oddly more nervous asking here than asking about the other places. Maybe it's because this means something to me, or maybe I just knew the other places wouldn't take me. This place already seems like another home to me, almost anyway. Sometimes when I walk home from school, I take a few and hang out inside. The manager was so nice. She recognized me as did I. I explained to her that my dad is in jail. I figured a sob story would help my case. She told me, tell you what, once you turn 15, come back and we will talk. Man, my own money. Imagine that. What would I do? help my mom, of course, but I'm sure there would be some left over for me. Oddly enough, the first thing that comes to mind is buying meals at Bucks. I go every Thursday evening. I often don't get anything because I don't have money, and I don't really want to bug the guys to get me anything. I often say I'm okay or I already ate, but the truth is I could eat. Walking there is a little tough since seeing that creepy guy, but I always remind myself I'm tough. As long as there is a little bit of light, I feel better about walking through the park to get where I need to go. Someone usually gives me a ride home. I would feel bad when I would even leave home during the evening. I just don't want my mom to feel lonely. Actually, now she's even had some friends she made from church over. I guess I don't have to worry about her too much anymore. Her and I have been doing alright. It's me again. I hung out at Bucks yesterday. Steve talked about how he was arguing with his dad. His dad is a little bit of a hard ass. He fought in the war. Steve talked about enlisting when he turns 18 to fight in Vietnam. He said maybe his dad will finally respect him. I hope it's not all bad with his dad. I don't hear him complain about him all the time. Maybe they just stay out of each other's way. I don't want Steve to go to Vietnam. The gang losing another friend isn't what we need. My mom started making a dress. Every time I come home, it gets more and more done. I am charmed. I still don't know if I'm going to go. I told my mom, and she said, well, you will have a dress for church then. Good. Just what I needed. Whatever, I guess. This dance has been stressing me out. I keep going in and out of wanting to go. I know I don't have to dance if I don't want to, but maybe people will notice I'm not dancing. I don't dance, I just don't. Sometimes when I listen to music, I bob my head or move my hips a little, maybe. Dancing with a room full of people doesn't sound comfortable. Ben is going to go. He doesn't have many friends, so I guess it would be a great loss for me to not go. Luckily, no one is pressuring me to go. Maybe I could surprise my friends. Maybe Ponyboy would be really surprised. He's never seen me in a dress before. I don't know if that spoils my image. To be in a dress, maybe I look good in a dress. What about my hair? I don't really tie my hair. I don't do anything with my hair. I went maybe, if I went maybe, I should. If there's any time to do something different, it's one thing to try on just an ordinary day. Like, who am I trying to impress? I wonder if Ponyboy is going to be all dressed up. Or 2-Bit. Would he be dressed up? I'm sure Ben would. I don't have dressy clothes. I might have a couple of nice shirts, and that's about it. And a dress that is incomplete. I'm having trouble writing this story over this apple. I just don't want it to be unoriginal. I want it to be unexpected. I went to the dance. I felt a conviction too. I saw my mom's finished product on the dress, and I couldn't say no. It's blue. I'm surprised how it turned out. My mom told me actually this is where her passion is, making clothes. I never knew. I guess I'm learning new things more and more lately. The life we lived didn't leave much room for her to pursue her passions. For the dance, I borrowed my mother's makeup. I never wear makeup. And I put my hair in a high ponytail. I really didn't know what to do, so reluctantly asked for my mom's help. My mom helped apply makeup on my face for me. Probably better she did it than me. She had the widest grin I'd ever seen while doing it. "Aw, baby, you look so wonderful," she said. I didn't use a curling iron or anything, just kept it in a high ponytail. Which is different for me. Anyway, Finding a hair elastic was already a challenge. The dance didn't go as I was expecting. On the way there, my mom got her friend from church to drive me. She reminded me that despite my rough life, that God would turn it around for me. That God would turn it around for my good if I seek Him. I don't know what that means too much. I just nodded. I looked all over for Ponyboy, wondering if he was dressed up. And 2-bit, I could only find Ben. Ponyboy's pretty popular, even though he's pretty shy. Often, someone will take him away for a while. It can be annoying, but whatever. Ben was surprised I came. The poor guy was just standing around by himself. I came a little late. The dance was already in process. I asked Ben if he knew where Ponyboy went, and he said, "I'm not sure. I only saw him briefly." All of a sudden, we see some small chaos happening. Everybody was wondering what was going on. I saw Ponyboy all scuffed up. My heart started beating up. My heart started beating fast. I was scared if he was in trouble. Loads of people rushed out to see what happened. Ben and I ran outside to see Mark bleeding all over. I think he got hit in the head with a bottle. The kid who did it was in cuffs. And an ambulance came to pick up Mark, and Brian went with him. He came with a girl named Kathy, who isn't from our school. She kind of reminded me of me, but cuter with bigger eyes and a nice little nose and long neck. She had bangs too, but more bushed out. Good for Brian, I thought. Angela would only bring him down. Brian seemed like he's a simple guy, while Angela seems like a complicated creature. Ponyboy runs out to me after the ambulance left. "Scout?" he remarked. "You came." He looked me up and down with a smirk. "You look good, Scout." I was trying not to blush. I don't get compliments a lot, I guess. "Thanks," I said. "What happened?" Ben asked. He said Angela tried to get that kid to nail me. She couldn't take no for an answer. What a brat, I thought. Just when I was barely holding on to any respect for her, I lost it all now. Do you know, hold on, let me reread this. Oh, okay, so Scout goes, do you know her favorite color yet?" I asked. Ponyboy shook his head with a grin. "Listen, I'm gonna take Kathy and Brian's car to the hospital. You enjoy the dance, okay?" "Oh, okay," I said. "You drive safe now, pal," said Ben. Ben turned to me. "You were hoping to dance with him, weren't you?" I looked at him and said, "Well, I don't know. I'm no dancer, so..." But then Ben said, "Not to dance, but to be intimate." "What?" I said back. He said, "I could see the disappointment in your face when he said he's taking the car to the Big H. If I had to guess, you feel strongly about him." I told him he's like my best friend, sure. "That's where it starts," Ben said. "Maybe a dance would have changed that and made it more." I turned to him and said, Since when are you a psychologist?" Or sorry, I think it's like psychiatrist I was looking for. Nope, psychologist is what I was looking for. Might be. Okay. He told me he is observant, and he told me he is observant as his big glasses allows him to be. Ponyboy left, and I watched him drive down the street until I didn't see him. 2-bit then comes behind us, clearly drunk. Why aren't we dancing?" he said. "Come on." I could tell Ben was a little uncomfortable being around 2-bit drunk, but we went inside and we started to dance goofily on purpose. It was really fun, actually. No one seemed to be staring. We were just laughing our heads off. 2-bit is very creative and energetic, inventing cartoonish dances. Ben asked if he'd slow dance with him, if I'd slow dance with him. Sorry. I said sure reluctantly. Two-Bit found a girl to partner up with. This is how you do the waltz, he said. He showed me the steps. It wasn't too hard. If you know what you're doing, it's not too bad. I grew a little more comfortable dancing with him. I preferred inventing silly dances, though. While he danced with me, he asked, "Do you like Pony Boy Scout?" "Where's this coming from?" I said. Ben said, "If you guys end up together, promise you won't make me only a tag-along?" Let me read that. Ben said, "If you guys end up together, you promise you won't make me only just a tag-along?" "I promise," I said. "So you're open to the idea of going steady with Ponyboy?" he said. "I don't know, man," I said back to him. Ben asked, "Well, do you think about him a lot?" I thought about it. His name is in here quite a lot. "Do you wish he was always around?" he asked. "Why, Ben?" I said. Ben said, "Well, if not Angela, then who?" I told Ben that... I told Ben, sorry. "What about Cherry, the Soch from writing?" Ben chuckled. "I don't know about that. Does Ponyboy wear a fancy sweater around his neck? Does he wear high socks?" "No," I chuckled. He said, "All right, Scout, I'll stop teasing." He made me think, though. I really did want to dance with him. Would that have changed something? Maybe he would have noticed me with me being all dolled up and stuff. Maybe he would have liked holding me close to a slow love song. Maybe, just maybe that is a possibility, but I want to be careful. He might not like me back. What am I even saying? I'm talking like I do like him, but perhaps Ben was right. End of chapter 14. Hope you got a kick out of that. I know these are coming out more in bigger spurts than I used to, but I'm not really a writer, so like my inspiration isn't probably as consistent as a writer would be. So I'm only trying to be a writer. But anyways, I hope you guys got a kick out of that, and hopefully I come out with another chapter soon. I still have all my ideas for how this is going to go and how it ends and stuff like that. So, anyways, thanks for watching. Thanks for you stumbling on my words a lot, eh? Thank you for your support. Your support. Your support.